Hello, let me let people know that I'm live. Oh yeah, did I post? I got so distracted by life that I didn't even. Okay, make sure I'm streaming on the right stream and not streaming to a blank stream. Like, I know it's probably like uh, it's probably one of those impossibilities, like, well, not impossibilities, but highly unlikely to happen. To like, so stream to the wrong stream. Because whenever I select which stream, there's two options usually. There's the stream I just created on YouTube, and then there's the blank stream where you just go live with nothing in the description, no thumbnail, no nothing. Um, and I'm always terrified of going live to that nothing blank one and not the one that I just sent the link out to everybody for. All right. No, that was not the button I wanted. Alrighty. Okay. Alright. Okay, let's go to just chatting and chill out till people get here. It's funny, as we're getting to this point, I hear all the people getting home right now. So I don't know. I have filters turned on this microphone, so it should stop other sounds from filtering in. Come on, there we go. So, how was everybody's weekend? I know I had an interesting weekend, full of intense character stories and lots of fun. There's lots of fun stuff all around. Um, and I played. I ran a really fun Lancer game on Sunday, which was interesting. Um, like I went into the session not knowing what was going to happen next. And I normally like to have a lot of things planned out before sessions, but it felt nice to be able to improv something together, and I think I'm starting to get used to these clocks. So clocks are a thing I think it was introduced in Blades in the Dark. I don't know what game system introduced clocks, but it essentially, it essentially works like a challenge sequence where you need a certain number of successes in order to complete the task, right? And like normally with a challenge sequence, you say you need this many successes before you get this many failures. Or in Lancer, it's everybody rolls, and if more people succeed than fail, then you succeed. And so like those kind of things where there's lots of rolling involved for accomplishing something. But the thing that clocks add is the ability to track multiple situations at once. And being able to track multiple situations, multiple instances, and multiple like work towards multiple tasks, while having like multiple options for fail clocks, is really interesting and very intense. And I think I did it pretty well in this last session. There are some things I could do differently. I could do better, but I think overall it went well. I'm still trying to learn it. Like it's a big innovation and a big difference than how I'm used to running games, and like I'm not sure how ready I am to introduce them to some of the other game systems. So it's like I have a game tomorrow that like I still don't have battle maps for. Like I still don't have all the battle maps for my game tomorrow. And that's gonna be interesting. I could have done I could have made tonight a map making stream. Just open GIMP. Just open GIMP and then just have a GIMP stream. I remember I did something like that with whatchamacallit, with Roll20 and their map making system for making maps. There's gotta be like the Roll20 map making system is so smooth. And like the way everything snaps into place, the way everything works, as long as you have the right sizes of things, just fits together so well. And it's so intuitive. Like if I could literally take the Roll20 map making utility and have its own utility, I would love it. It would be great. You know. Not have to be fighting with which mode you're in GIMP. It's just it's an absolute nightmare dealing with trying to fight with GIMP and having to open everything as individual layers, and it's just a mess. Now I'm looking at it, and there's some new ones. There are some new ones. Oh, is this randomly generated? Oh no, okay. Oh, and you can upload images, cool. I think I might have found one I like. We'll see. I'll goof around with stuff after stream. See if I can make a map. Okay. Ooh. Okay. We might change gears into a map making stream. This tool I found looks really cool and really intuitive. Can I upload? Oh, some features are locked behind paywalls. Looks like you can upload images. Anyway, I'm getting distracted. I'm like looking at this website that you all can't see right now. Looking at different ways to make battle maps. I'll have to save this. I'll have to save this around sometime. Oh, you can bring random maps in. Okay. Making battle maps is always a challenge, but like, there's so many maps you can find, and there's so many different ways to make battle maps. I might tinker around with this tool later. I found it's called Dungeon Scrawl, or It's either Dungeon Scrawl or Dungeons Crawl. I don't know. We'll see what happens. Surprised we got no Silva and no Nabiru yet. Normally they're here fairly early. I know I created the stream really late because uh I was dealing with stuff. So I might have angered someone on the internet. I don't know. Someone just really asked if it's physically possible for people to work until they die. That happens all the time. All right. So, still nobody showing up. All right. Well, I guess I'll start showing off some of the art I just got. I just finished paying for it today, so I feel comfortable showing it off. I put it on my YouTube. Anyone who clicks on my YouTube page will see it, and I want to show off all the cool art. I put it in a community post, but I want to show it off, and I want to tell a funny story. So, and I want to I want to gush for a little bit about how talented the artist I went through, Allegoric Siren. He's a mage when it comes to this stuff. So let me see. Okay. Let's get this stuff. So, originally, what I contracted him for was to make a banner for me, right? And then originally this was the banner we'd agreed upon, right? Oh, of course it's huge. And when we were discussing what size we wanted the banner to be, we just Googled what's the largest size for a YouTube banner, right? You know, it seems like a simple thing. What size should a YouTube banner be? Simple Google search. Gave us a size, and that's what he worked on. He made it that size, and I liked how all the pieces were spread out and easily displayed. And I got separate images for the logo in the middle there with the drill rows and the mech. because I want to use them for other things too. I still have to ask for the mech with a transparent background because it didn't come through with transparent background whenever he sent it to me. I have to be like, hey, the mech you sent me had no transparent background. Is there any way to do that? Is there any way to do that? Because I don't want to use one of those like online background deleter thingies if I don't have to. So like this looks amazing. And then, you know, as he's delivering this to me, right? He says, hey, why don't you try putting it onto, uploading it onto YouTube to see what it looks like. To see if the name needs to be moved up or whatever, right? So I'm like, sure, let me see what it looks like. And actually, did I even? Yeah, I did upload it. And so I was like, okay, cool. Oh, you're here, but you're in a raid. Okay. Well, I was just talking about the art I got because I commissioned an artist to make a new banner for me on YouTube. And he made this banner, and then like this banner was made by just Googling what the largest size banner is for YouTube. So then I went to go feed the banner into YouTube to see what YouTube had to say. And YouTube decides to say this. So if you can't see that very well, what that's showing is the size we found when we Googled what the largest size for a banner can be for YouTube is the amount of the banner that is displayed on a TV if you're watching YouTube on like a smart TV. The amount that's actually viewable on desktop is even smaller, and the amount of that is viewable on mobile or other non-desktop, non-TV devices is even smaller than that. So I looked at that and I was like, oh no. Did I just commission this art that like absolutely would not work? Am I just completely screwed? I was like, this is ridiculous, right? I was despairing heavily. But my artist, Allegoric Siren, he did not despair. He kept his head about him, and he was like, okay, how do you want this to look? Do you want it to be optimized? Do you want to have the name visible on mobile, everything else visible on desktop? And I'm like, sure, let's do that. So then what he sends me is a rearrangement of it so that now the banner looks like this. Everything's rearranged, resized, and restructured. And I'm like, I like the other one, but this one still works. You know, this one looks pretty good. And I'm like, well, let me put it in YouTube and see what YouTube has to say about it. I pop it in YouTube. And YouTube says, oop, look at this. Just eyeballing it. I don't know if he got measurements from the internet or how he managed to eyeball it, but he got the name to fit perfectly on the mobile screen. Like no excess space, all the letters showing in the middle from one end to the other of the mobile space. The logo goes a little bit above and beyond the mobile space, but it still looks good. And um the looking at it on desktop will still display my character's face and upper body like bust area, and it displays the upper portion of the mech, which looks really cool. And if you are interested in getting art made by this artist, I put a link to his Instagram in my description. It turns out I had the wrong link for a long time now because I had the old DreamWorks link, but apparently now he does. He's doing the Allegoric Siren is the name of the Instagram profile. So um, that is now what I have in there in the description. At least it should be. Really should be. But yeah, it came out much better. And now, like, it looks really cool. I wanted to show off. Oh, apparently people are mad about the Demon Slayer, the latest Demon Slayer movie, because people apparently didn't watch the trailer when it expecting something new, when it was advertised as a recap movie with a little bit of new footage, and people were unhappy with the fact that it was a recap movie with new footage. All right. Okay. Surprised Nabiru hasn't shown up. Normally she would have been here by now. Someone made a meme of like has people like dressed in aristocracy or whatever, and it says me when I open my manuscript and replace maybe with perhaps. Like I guess you could. All right. Hmm. Oh no. Oh no, I gotta save this meme. I gotta share this meme. Why is it a J-Fifth? Why are so many images off of Twitter J-Fifths? Like, seriously, serious question. Like, is J-Fifth really, do I just need to get used to J-Fifths? Like, is J-Fifth, going to be a much more supported, because, like, whenever I see a J-Fifth, right, my, my first instinct is just convert it to a PNG, right? I just run it through a converter or convert it to a PNG. Just bing, bang, boom, right? But like some people have told me that JFIFs are getting more support and they're getting more usable in other uh, outlets, and like that has got me wondering, like, should I just get used to JFIFs? Like, I mean, I keep a JFIF to PNG converter on my dashboard. All right, let me show you this meme. I think it's hilarious. Of course it's tiny. Of course it's tiny. Let's blow it up. Not literally blow it up, but I worked on a writing project today. Did you work on it or did you just think about working? Just think about it. Thought about it. No. That's what we're trying to not do today. Because it's so easy to just think about getting stuff done and not actually get anything done. But might do a bunch of different things today. Don't know. Still feeling things out. Okay. Okay. Hey Nabiru, you missed the story about my artist. Oh, well, unless you were just here being really quiet. Did you get caught up reading manhwa again? Maybe. Was it anything good? Did you some good stuff, some awful? Oh no, not the awful stuff, Nabiru. What was the awful stuff? Tell me. Spill the tea. What was the awful stuff you read today? Spill that tea. All right. All right. So let's get started tonight. We have some stuff I want to do. First, I want to do some tweaking and some changes to my characters because I realized that there was some problematic stuff that I wanted to fix in my story. I'd originally intended to do that off stream, but I just didn't get the energy for it. Just today, one was random artist dies, gets isekai'd with odd power, turns into a boring yabai harem. You know, just that kind of comes with the medium, doesn't it? Yeah, some isekai can be really good. You know, it's funny. So, like, there are some isekai that like I can get into, I can get behind, right? Like there are some isekai that I can look at and be like, yeah, yeah, this is good, right? Um, and other isekai where like it seems really good in the moment, and then you look at it later and you're just like, "Eh, eh," you know, and that's an interesting that's an interesting thing about isekai is like isekai normally in the moment when you're first watching it or reading it, um, can seem really good because it's this powerful escapist fantasy. Let me turn up the music a little bit. There we go. Gotta wait for more chapters. Oh, it's not an isekai. Really? You read non-isekai stuff? Okay. It is isekai, but it's also not isekai. Okay. Cheating men must die. Every 20 chapters or so is a different story. Main character goes into novels, games, shows to correct errors and get revenge for the NPC. I guess? Um, See, I found this artist on Twitter, right? It says their commissions are open and they do super robot like mech commissions that are really the style I want. But like, they don't list their prices anywhere. Yeah, it's temporary world hopping, so it's not trapped in another world, and the character is not even technically being reborn in another world. It's like vengeance in another world. So this artist has a very interesting thing where they have like a website to keep track of the waiting list for being in their commissions. Yeah, I see what you mean though. It's world hopping, not action, not technically, um, not technically isekai. But like, thing is, and see, that's the thing. As an artist, one of the best ways to write a compelling story is to put your characters in difficult situations. And like they say, like you take your main character and you make them suffer, you make their world get worse, and you use that as a driving point of the story, is their world getting worse and worse and worse. And then that's how you drive the story. Oh, I want to show one other thing. Let me show you. Take a look at this. This is the Star Hunter machine actually shaded to look more metallic. It looks, I like the look and it gives it more depth. And it fits with the style of the artist. Yeah, it does look really nice. So I went through this whole thing because this was part of a banner that I'd originally commissioned. And let me pull up the image. Boop, 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 boop. Originally, the banner was supposed to look like this, Nabiru. This is what it was supposed to look like, you know. And we Googled, like when we were in the planning process, when I was talking to my artist, and he was like, "How big do you want it?" And I was like, "I don't know. It's for a YouTube banner." So he Googled what the, we both did, Googled what the largest size YouTube banner is, right? So he made it like this for the largest size YouTube banner, right? So, you know, that's all fine and dandy. It looks great. There's space for everything, you know, the star field in the background, and it looks like an epic poster, right? Well, whenever he's delivering me the poster, right? He's like, "Hey, before we, you know, seal the deal on this, try uploading it to YouTube to see we need to move the name up a little bit higher, right?" So I'm like, "Okay, sure." So I upload it to YouTube, right? And I see this. Look at this. That size that we'd found as the largest size available YouTube banner was the size for if it was being viewed on a smart TV. I was I was I was so done. Like look at that. On phones you get nothing. You get none of the things. And on desktop you get like it cuts everything out, right? Oh, you know, Tom? So I went back to my artist and I was like, "Hey, I showed him this picture and I was like, "Hey, this is what it looks like." Yeah. And I was like, "You know, what are we going to do?" And he was like, "Don't worry, I can fix this. This is why we save everything on different layers." So then uh he sends me a new banner. has everything much more condensed. And I was like, okay, that still looks cool. So I'm like, let me feed it to YouTube and see what YouTube says about it, right? It was amazing. Uh, has all the pieces I want available in desktop. Has the name fully visible for mobile. And I don't super care about the TV experience because I don't know how many people watch me on their TVs. Um, but like this is how it came out on the first try, and it is, and so that's what my new banner is. I got um I got separate images for the mech. No, you can't, because of how big it is, you can't resize it. It's already the max size, and I can't change. Like I can make, if I want to crop stuff, I can make the visible square smaller and show I can make the cropped space smaller, but I can't stretch the cropped space. So I was like, well, yeah, it was goofy. Take a look at this cool logo that I got. It's not a full logo. It's not a full logo redesign because I didn't pay for a logo. Just it came with the banner because there was a updated because he put the logo on the banner and he updated the design. So nonsensical, but so interesting. It's supposed to be the drill key from Gurren Lagann, but for some reason mixed with a rose. So it's a drill rose. I don't know why we settled on this design years ago. Whenever he made my original logo, but we just settled on the logo, and that's just been the logo ever since. It's funny whenever all those GFX bots will message me on Twitter and be like, "Hey, do you want me to design a new logo, a new banner, a new thing?" I'm like, "No, I'm good. I have an artist for that." Uh, Speaking of which, let me change up the logo for the new logo. There we go. Cool. Cool. Got the new logo down there. At some point, I'll probably pay for a full logo redesign, but this is just what I could afford this month. It was actually really funny. I got my money today for my temporary disability, and it was like as soon as the money came in, I instantly had things I had to pay for, and then I just had no money again. Like, but I got some stuff dealt with. Okay. In different anime outfits. What kind of anime outfits are you imagining me in, Nabiru? I look so smug in the new image. Me? Smug? No, not smug. All right, let's get to the actual writing portion of tonight's stream. All right. A Symphogear outfit. It like it would just be it would just be a common rider outfit. It'd just be no. I would not fit in tight in mini shorts in micro shorts like Hibiki. Squeezing me in a. The thing is, all of the Symphogears are like so extreme in everything they do, and they just get more extreme as the seasons go on. There we go. Cool. Got my logo. Okay. Okay, let me just ready. All right. Okay. Oh, geez. People are arguing about politics again. Why? Why are people dumb? Rule 63. What's Rule 63? Hold on. Wait. I know Rule 34, but what's Rule 63? For every given male character, there's a female version of that character. Anything can become a waifu. No waifu, no laifu. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Why? What? Anything, I guess. Okay. All right. Well, that's enough internet for today. Let's get to the actual writing tonight. Merryweather turned Minecraft mobs into waifus. You know what? I'm good. Okay. So we're changing some descriptions of one of my characters, arguably the main character, because I realized that I didn't like how I felt about one of the characters. So, you know, I realized that like if something was making me uncomfortable about one of the characters, I could just change it. Like I'm the author, I can just change it. Okay. 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 So I'm going. All right. So we're gonna go through and we're gonna edit some stuff. Um. Change it from being blonde hair to black hair. All right. I'm gonna leave. So I'm changing the racial description of one of the characters that I've already introduced and one that I haven't introduced yet. Okay. I think that was the only time I described his looks. Okay, there were storms. Captain wanted to avoid. All right. Okay. Okay, I think that was all I needed. All right. Literally changed 2 words and completely changed how I feel about one of the characters, and I'm okay with that. So, what I was working on before was I had this idea, and one of the problems I keep running into in my writing is that I keep telling, not showing, and I have to get better at these descriptions, at showing. Oh, also one other cool thing, I actually hired an editor to look over my lore novel, and they started working on it. That's going to be really cool. It's a um, it's not like a. Well, I don't want to. I don't want to devalue their skills, but they're not like a editor as a profession, but they are an experienced writer. And I value their skill and intelligence, and they agreed to work for uh, a very reasonable price, arguably too reasonable. And so now I have an editor that's going over not Halcyon Avenging, going over my lore novel, and taking. It's nice to be taking those steps towards. Um, nice to be taking those steps towards getting my lore novel published. Yeah, and it was great to have someone who was willing to work with me on the price. Because like this person who's the editor for my lore novel, um, they and I have history, and like we're friends. So like, but I never want my friends to feel like I'm taking advantage of the fact that we're friends. So I never want to be like, hey, can you do work for me for free because we're friends? I never want to be like that. Um, because I don't think that's fair to them, and like if someone's putting in time and effort, they should be compensated in some way. You know what I mean? Okay. So what I did here, I think I did it in last stream too. Was I wrote this whole thing about like what I want of the blur of a couple weeks, Hazel piloting raids, and uh and then like it's starting to get to him and wear him down. Um but I wanted to actually expand upon that and actually describe that in scene, so that's what I've been working on here. Um Okay. Okay. So this is one point where I want to represent, like, where you see this whole thing of his day changing. You saw on the first day that, like, he had this whole routine of his life where he wakes up, he reads his newspaper, he eats his breakfast, he has a light and energetic ride to work, all that stuff, right? But here what you're seeing is instead he's so tired he can't even get his newspaper. He's so out of it that he's just trudging along. One second. Okay, let me. So, someone on Twitter was talking about how um, somebody quote retweeted their tweet about and said and just said all these like things about how they wanted this person off their feed, and they're like, well, why'd you quote retweet me if you don't want me on your feed? And I don't think people understand that, like, if a tweet starts trending, Twitter pushes it out to people who never uh Twitter will push out that tweet to people who don't follow you and people who have no interest in you whatsoever just because the tweet is doing numbers. Sometimes even when it's not doing numbers, if it's just really random, Twitter will just push out your tweet to people and it makes it look like you tagged them or you were tweeting at them. Okay. Okay. AVG, I'm about to uninstall AVG because it doesn't find enough stuff for the pain in my rear end it is. Like AVG becomes like a pain in my rear end so much, especially when I'm having anime night and it's flagged the site we use for anime on a blacklist. So, and I can't whitelist it. So then it keeps trying to be like, oh, this thing is on a blacklist, so we have to disrupt your stream for it because it could be unsafe. And I'm like, okay, back to staying on task. Why is my phone going off? Oh, like, so one of the things that's interesting about the Wednesday D&D group I'm in is how active everybody else in the campaign is between sessions. There's so much stuff that happens between sessions, and it really allows us to like really zone in and be really hyper focused whenever we're in session, so we don't lose time on a lot of things. But it also means that like there's a lot of conversation happening between sessions, and like right now there's an entire thing where my character needs to do research or something in order to be able to help out someone in the next session, but I have to come up with what I'm researching before the next session. So it makes it yes, staying on task is a harsh goal for so many. Yes. Alrighty. All right. Mm, I had to get some coffee from the coffee pot. At some point, I'm going to. I'm not going to do it in the middle of stream, Silva. I just noticed that people are mentioning that there's questions that need to be asked. I still haven't read what everybody else was asking because, like, yeah, I've just been really busy with life and stuff. You know, my roommate asked me the other day, he was like, "Do you have any nights off where you can just sleep in?" And I'm like, "Not really. I'm always doing something every single night of some kind." Like after uh, like after stream, I'm probably going to do some map making and some more prep work for my Lancer game I run tomorrow to do final prep for that. And that's going to be a lot of what I'm focused on tomorrow, but I also have to go run errands tomorrow and pick up my new bed. So at some point tomorrow, I'll get those questions done. Okay, so this is also referencing the fact that the character isn't nearly as rushed as the day before. Um, but he's still just too exhausted. And that's that thing where like when you have time but you just don't have the energy for stuff. At least autumn, not almond joy. Okay. Okay, there we go. All right. I think I'm finished with this chapter and ready to move on to the next chapter. $1,800 words. That's fine. I normally like to have my chapters between 15 and 2,000. That's fine, especially because it's early in the story. Usually around Act 2, my chapters start getting heavier and heavier, and it'll usually be around 24 to 2,500 words. So that's why I'm okay with this chapter being a little bit shorter. I mean, you want the chapter to be at least 1,500 words, because if not, you don't really have enough ideas for a chapter. All right, that was chapter 7. Next, we're on to chapter 8. What's chapter 8 going to be about? Help if I opened the outline. This is the plot twist. Ooh, this is going to be an intense one. All right. This chapter needs to be the plot twist when the leadership of the rebellion gets taken out in a raid, leaving Hazel as successor, take Yu's place as head of the Rotten Fighters. That's the organization that Yu leads. And then we introduce the other leaders, the other seconds in command that rise up as leaders in the community. And with Yu gone, it creates a power vacuum because Yu was also the leader of the combined organization. Which makes me wonder. First off, let me F. Okay. Okay. So I kind of want Iris to be a sub captain. Like we introduced her before, so I'm thinking about how I want to rewrite this. Because I want you to be the only named leader that gets taken out, to leave Iris behind. Because there'll be lots of suspicion if Iris is the only one of the leaders that doesn't get taken. So I'll make Iris the second in command. Okay. There we go. So that makes Iris the second in command. Okay. So we start with him trying to normalize the situation, right? In which his situation is that um he's trying to like relieve the pressure that's happening, which is him having trouble maintaining his double life. Like he's losing sleep. He's constant. Well, he's not on edge, so I wouldn't call him on edge. He's very tired, and he's constantly racing to catch up on things. So this is doing a more of that telling, not showing. So I'll probably break this down into a scene. And I want to because I want to get to the plot twist quickly, which is that the plot twist is that Yu has left Hazel as the second in command. Um, of Rotten Fighters. If they're performing raids, you want to know if the raids are being effective. Oh, I'll start this differently. Well, the thing is, if they were doing raids almost every other night, so they're doing like 2 to 3 raids a week, right? Attacking research facilities that are participating in this massive research program to design this super weapon. Um, it's the thing. This is where I run into an issue where like it doesn't super make sense to have them attacking everything from their ship. Because some things it would be better to just go in on foot. Okay. Okay. Oh yeah, fun fact. One of the players in my Power Ranger Lancer game, their character is literally Chef Boyardee. Like, I thought he was joking when he talked about his character being filthy rich, being Chef Boyardee. But then we like he sent me an actual backstory of his character as some kind of a combat chef. And I'm like, I don't even know what to do with this. How do I integrate this? I mean, I guess I could do something. Give cooking related challenges because you always want to give stuff to explore characters' backstories. Okay. So we had the start of the newspaper. Hey, Dystopia. I'm trying to remember your name because it's been a while since you've been in stream. Um, because I remember you told me a name to call you. I just don't remember what it was. I'm sorry. I'm doing some writing right now. Okay. This is like people are concerned for Hazel, wondering what's going on, why he's being so why he's been late and been acting out so much for these previous 2 weeks. Okay. So this is Hazel's excuse for all of his behavior, is that he joined a new coffee club where they sampled exotic and unique coffees and talk about books and stuff. So he's trying to cover up what's happening, and avoid suspicion. And so the purpose of this introductory part is to um was to more of set the stage of what's happening after the end of this 2 week period that's been going on. Um, and it makes the viewer think that it's supposed to make the reader think that we're about to move into Hazel getting chased out or getting found out again, having to deal with inspectors and stuff again. But then we're going to take this big plot twist when we find out that you has been taken. Um, and uh, and then yeah, just gonna kind of go from there and see where that takes me. Okay. Mm, okay. I think we're making good progress here. I'm not sure if I want the slip of paper. I'm not sure if I want the Dockmaster's phone number to come up later or to make the Dockmaster more of a character further in. I'm very iffy on that as we kind of just move forward with the story. We'll see. I also realize if anyone has been here since the beginning of the stream, they've heard me gush about my artist and the whole adventure with getting my artist to fit the stuff into my banner twice. I was like, oh, that's probably a thing that happened. Uh, that's like I didn't know if anybody was here for the first part. That's what happens when you stream without displaying how many people are in stream. I realize this intro kind of is very jarring and kind of jumps from one topic to another. This sentence doesn't work as the introductory sentence because it doesn't have anything to do with the rest of the sentence. Oh, thanks for coming, Silva. It was great having you. I hope you feel better. Okay. All right. Uh, that's pretty good. This entire thing right here could be done in some kind of dialogue. If I could introduce that into some kind of dialogue that would be better than what I'm doing right now, which is just I'm just telling the information. I'm not showing them. I'm not giving it in any creative way. I'm just telling the reader that this is what happened. Well, this is kind of pseudo internal monologue. I guess I can run with that. I'll probably reintroduce Iris at the one of the other locations. Okay. This is so this is one point where it's supposed to like be introducing more suspicion about Fern as a character, because uh Fern is going to already know that you has been taken. Uh, Give me 1 second. All right, I'll be right back. Hey everybody, I'm back. Sorry about that. My roommate needed to just touch base with me about plans for tomorrow. So, like I was saying, in this part right here, we want to start casting suspicion on Fern, right? How does Fern know that Yu has already been taken? How does Fern know that he shouldn't head back to the HQ, that it's being watched? Hazel is too concerned and too trusting of Fern to really question that, and just kind of takes that in stride and runs with it. It was Jimothy he got the delivery from. Let me scroll back. I want to keep maintaining continuity here. Yeah, Jimothy, Gimothee. Okay, so the explanation is from Jimothy. So, so we give Fern a way to know because Jimothy had to stop at Faye's Coffee. There's a lot of stuff that's just kind of iffy. That has to do with the fact that I've never run a rebellion before, so kind of making this up as I go along. Sorry if that echoed. I was putting a bottle to my mouth as I was drinking some vitamin water. I wish there wasn't so much sugar in vitamin water. Like, you wouldn't think there would be, but there's a lot. Is it the belated revolt? Come on. There we go. Cool. Yeah, belated revolt. I gotta come up with a name for the leader. Because I said that the leader was gonna be uh uh okay. Oh yeah, I have to come up with a name. That's what I was gonna do. Come up with a name. Do the random plant thing. Random plant generator. What's the name of the leader that Iris is replacing? I'm gonna press it 3 times. 1, 2, 3. We'll do Sweet Spire. That's the name of the leader that Iris is replacing. Oh, you can Ko-Fi? Hey, Dystopia. Sorry, I was in the middle of writing. What's going on? You say you can Ko-Fi? Or Kofi? Coffee? Kofi, Ko-Fi, coffee? It's such an interesting word. Hmm. Okay. Ooh. Okay. At some point, I need to actually start putting content up on Ko-fi. Coffee. Okay. Got me all excited. this is where the plot twist happens, where you see Hazel finds out that he's been left as the second in command. He's been left as the leader of the Rotten Fighters. We're kind of going for Hazel moving up the ranks in a more natural fashion. We are almost done for the night, and we've gotten a lot done. How much did we get done? How many words have we got? Subtract 1 for the number. 1,200. Let's see if we can get a few more words in these last 5-10 minutes. 1,200 is definitely nice. Ah. I think that word means what I think it means. Unwilling or unable to believe something. Okay, yep. Okay. 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 Let me make notes of this. The Sweet Spire. Okay. All right. It is 11:02. Now is normally the time whenever I finish my writing for the night and we just chat about anime and stuff. Last little half hour. See how many words we got down tonight. I think we got a good bit out. Got almost 1,500 words done. Okay. That's a good little bit there in that last little bit. About 200 words cranked out there, and I like the direction we're going. How many words do I have in this chapter so? This chapter's got 1,000 words, so I have room for about 800 to 1,000 more words in order to deal with Hazel going to the backup base and starting to see more of like what's really been left behind for him to work on. Okay. Okay. All right. All right. All right. So, boo, 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 boo. We're gonna wind down for the night. I was debating going over and doing some map making, but I don't know how well that would work out. Let me just see something. Just something. All right. Ooh. I think I might be able to make a map with this. Ooh, I might be able to come up with a map. Alright, so I could work on a map. I might do that later tonight. Could be interesting. So, thank you all for coming to tonight's stream. I know tonight hasn't been a very busy stream. It hasn't been, like, these writing streams are never super popular, but I enjoy them. I remember Okusen said that they were going to be working on some project at the same time, so I'm hoping that Okusen is somewhere lurking in the background. And that this has been helpful for them. Kofi sounds fee, yet there's lo-fi uses fy like sounds fi, like sci-fi. Yeah, that is definitely an interesting thought, Nabiru. So, I'm curious, Nabiru, in your role-playing things, what do you do if you're like facilitating a game or a role-playing session and one of the people brings a blatantly joke character, a character that is just an entire meme, and he's just a bad pun incarnate? What do you do with that, Nabiru? The reason why I ask is one of my players is playing literally Chef Boyardee. And that makes sense. It's interesting, like, looking at this, like, the character says, oh, I'm going to be Chef Boyardee, I'm going to be filthy rich, right? And, like, he gives me this entire, like, well thought out and, like, planned out backstory of Boyar Demetrius. Who became a cook and is now on a quest to make sure that all have the right to enjoy peace and reach their aspirations. It is an entire meme. And I'm like, okay. I guess you're Chef Boyardee. I don't know. I have a lot of thoughts. Oh goodness, Nabiru. You just like to run them through the ringer. Like, I've got one that's like a computer, a alien made of math running a computerized body. Got one who's some type of a gunner. Then I got Chef Boyardee. And one who's like a wandering monk slash a wandering monk slash medic with a gun. The last player has expressed that they're not sure what to do with the backstory because they don't really know the lore, and that's one of the things I dislike about Land is how integrated the game is to the lore. Like, because the mechs come from the different companies, and the companies are such crucial parts of the lore. It's really hard to make your own world. I mean, you could theoretically, like, the thing is also the entire license and printing and resting and repairing, and all of those mechanics are very integrated into the universe of Lancer. I mean, you could theoretically find a way to like separate all of those. That's also true, Nabiru. Like, it's very important that your players know that they don't have plot armor. All right. So, what are you planning to read this week, Nabiru? You said you were reading that one about the character who goes in and out of different worlds in order to get vengeance for the NPCs. Yeah, there's something like that. Oh, really? What'd you just start, Nabiru? I also might be ending my friendship with Burger King. The only reason I kept ordering from Burger King was because if they got something wrong, they would give me a refund. Even if it was just a partial refund for what they got wrong, I'd be like, okay, fine, I'll take the refund, right? But tonight, when they got my order wrong again, they said that my order was ineligible for a refund, and they offered me a coupon. I'm like, I want a refund because you did stuff right. And I thought tonight's order was one of the ones that they just couldn't get wrong. Right? I just ordered 2 double Impossible Whoppers, but they sent me 2 single Impossible Whoppers, and I'm just like, excuse me? Read a bit, starting over on Superhuman Battlefield. The hero who saved the world got trapped for years, and then suddenly in a peaceful world must adapt. Okay. Sounds like a slice of life fish out of water story. This sounds like an interesting fish out of water story. So, next stream, unless I start a different game, I'm debating starting. Hello, Psycho Nerd 30. Read a lot of odd ones. Many use a game sort of interface. It's really funny how often you see that in isekai. Characters that just use like video game interface. Like that's one of the most bizarre things about Shield Hero is that like they just it's a world in which RPG mechanics are just accepted as the norm. As like combat parties, experience points, people having levels. Like that just I think it would be so bizarre, but I guess if you're in a world that starts that way, like if the world's always been that way and everyone has a heads up display, then I guess it's just another thing, you know? How are you doing, Psycho Nerd? We are just winding down. I've been you're doing pretty good. That's great. It's a shame you're getting here at the end. I'm just finishing up. I was just doing some writing, working on my novel. And we were just chatting about stuff as we were winding down for the night. An amusing one, I'm reading. Main character flat broke and weak travels back 3 to 4 years to the start of a VR game. He knows all the secrets so he can level grind and get items. Okay. Oh, you used to do poetry? Oh, that's really neat. I'm curious, Psycho Nerd, how did you find my stream? If you didn't come here looking for writing stuff, I'm curious how you found my stream. If you just clicked on a random stream or what happened? All right, so turn down the music a little bit. Music's kind of loud. Not that low. There we go. So, oh really? That's really interesting, Psycho Nerd. Well, I'm glad to have you here in the stream. My streams normally start around 8:30 p.m. EST. I usually like to do writing streams on Monday and some type of gaming or maybe a just chatting stream or something else on Fridays. And my normal streaming days are Mondays and Fridays. So hopefully I'll see you on another stream. But I'm really glad that you're here, and I'm glad that you're a part of this community. Do you watch any anime or read any manga or you've read anything interesting, Psycho Nerd? My roommate loaned me this thing that's like the Marvel collection on Dracula, and I still have to finish. I still have to read that. Like it's like volume 3, but it's still great comics. You know, so it's always interesting to read Marvel's take on Dracula. Oh, really? Are you? What anime are you currently watching? It's quiet. Quiet. Ah, if you haven't seen it, I always recommend Bofuri if you want a fun comical action main character who knows nothing about games accidentally breaks the balance. Yeah, that's Bofuri is always a fun one, Nabiru. You just finished watching Chainsaw Man. I haven't seen that yet. Is that done? I thought that was ongoing. I didn't realize that Chainsaw Man had ended. I will admit, I was kind of like when I saw how popular Chainsaw Man got and how like everybody and their sibling was talking about how amazing Chainsaw Man is. I was I was not super I was not super sold on oh just the end of season 1. Okay, that's good. Like whenever something gets like really wildly popular, really fast, I'm always like, do I want to get emotionally invested in it? Especially because I don't like I like very specific types of anime. I like mecha anime. I like anime with giant robots or mech suits or power armor, um, or androids or cyborgs. That's the kind of anime I like. And Chainsaw Man did not look like that kind of anime. So, on the one hand, it was super popular, which I'm always wary of, but on the other hand, it was just like didn't look like the kind of stuff I was looking for. But did you enjoy it, Psycho Nerd? I don't like one of my favorite phrases is "Don't yuck on someone's yum." So I mean, Chainsaw Man might not be the anime for me, but I'm just curious if it's something that you enjoyed. If it's something that you thought was fun and entertaining to watch. You did? That's great. Exactly, Psycho Nerd. Yep. I always try to take into account that like the things I don't like, somebody else might enjoy. And then this understanding that like just because I don't like something doesn't mean it's not good. hmm So you're looking forward to any new anime, Psycho Nerd? I mean, since Chainsaw Man season 1 finished up, is there any other anime that you're looking forward to watching with your friend? So, like, here's the thing with Attack on Titan. Here's the thing. They are currently working on, like, part 2 or part 3 of the final season. Like, they released the final, they call it the final season for all of the hype, and then they just keep releasing new parts of the final season. And, like, my friend and I are watching our way through Attack on Titan, and we're taking our time because we want the final season to be over by the time we get to it. I haven't seen past season 1 of Attack on Titan, but we just started from the beginning just to refresh ourselves as we're watching our way through Attack on Titan. And the thing is that, like, I've read up really far. It's a funny thing. Like, I was really engrossed in Attack on Titan, and, like, I read up to where the manga was a few years ago. I caught up a few years ago, and then you reach that weird slump where, like, you're caught up to the manga. So it's like, if you're caught up to the anime, you read the manga. And then if you're caught up to the manga, you're just like, what do? What do? And so I just lost interest in Attack on Titan. So now I'm picking it back up. And we don't know how many parts they're going to have. Some people are saying it's just going to be 3 parts to the final season. I don't know. I don't know how much stuff they have left to do. My friend was telling me that if they're doing this the way that we think they're doing it, that they might end up having like 4 or 5 parts of the final season. Because I know, like, one part is going to be like an hour-long OVA. What was that? Hold on, let me look that up. Attack on Titan. Okay, so it looks like, hold on. We got an announcement 3 days ago. Looking it up now. Okay. So, apparently, Attack on Titan Season 4 Part 4 is set to be the final part, is in the current planning, and it's set to debut in fall 2023 in Japan. So that is when, because Part 3 just aired in Japan but hasn't released in America yet. But oh, it has released as of a few days ago. As of like 3 days ago, this article got updated. Season 4 Part 3 just came out on both Hulu and Crunchyroll. Okay. Oh, geez, at this rate, we probably need to step up our watching speed if we want to catch up. Might have to do more episodes of Attack on Titan. But the thing is, when I watch anime with my friend, like we do the thing that I think would bug a lot of people. Like we talk, we react, we talk to each other, we joke about stuff, we pause, we go back and we rewatch scenes, or we look at things that uh that interest us, and it yeah, it's just how we watch anime. Hmm. Fall 2023. When? Because we're like in winter right now, going into spring. So fall won't be till like towards the end of the year. So we have the better part of a year to get through. Then again, we are chugging our way through winter. No, there's spring, summer, fall. Yeah. I forgot about summer. Summer was in there in the middle of the year. Isekai concept that I do not think has been done. What about an isekai where their power is to become a titan? Trick Attack on Titan. Uh but yeah, one way or the other, it's still like gonna be. I forgot that summer was in the middle there. I was like, just go from spring to fall. No, there's summer in the middle. All right, so time to wind down for the night. It's going on. It's a little after 11:30 p.m. where I am. So one thing, Psycho Nerd, I like to do is I like to end my streams by saying positive affirmations about all my viewers, because I believe it's important to hear positive things said about you uh, every day. So, just looking through all the people who came through stream tonight, we had to Silva, to Nabiru, to Tom, uh, to Dystopia of Utopia, and to Psycho Nerd 30. I want to say that I love all of you, and I believe in each and every one of you. I think that you all are precious, unique, and one of a kind treasures, and you each possess a truly special energy that only you can bring to everything you do. I believe that each and every one of you makes this world a better place just by being in it, and I'm grateful every day to live in a world with you in it. I say this not just to you, but to everyone else who watched silently throughout the stream and didn't say anything and lurked in the background, and to anyone who watches the VOD afterwards. I want to say thank you for giving me your time, your energy, and your attention. It means so very much to me, and I am very grateful to have you as a part of this community and the Star Hunters. Always remember the Star Hunter motto: to shoot for the stars, have wonderful adventures, live your dreams, and always, always, always stop to enjoy the memes. Um, If you want to keep up with what I'm doing here on YouTube, please be sure to subscribe if you haven't subscribed already and ding the notification bell. It'll let you know whenever I go live and when I release any new content. If you have any friends or family or other people you think might enjoy my content, please be sure to invite them to stream or show them some of my content. If you want to keep up with what I'm doing outside of YouTube, you can follow me on Twitter or join my Discord. Links to both of those are in the description down below. Always remember, you are not required to donate to be a member of this community. You're not required to pay to be welcome here. With that said, if you ever feel motivated to donate to improve the stream or to improve my life, there's links where you can do that down in the description below. Next stream is going to be Friday at 8:30 p.m. EST. Going to be doing some kind of a gaming, or we might do a free chat. I'll see how I'm feeling. We just, on our last gaming stream, we just finished Armored Core 3. So I might do some Armored Core 3 post game, or I might take a break from that and just do a free chat stream. I'll see how I'm feeling on Friday. I hope you all have a wonderful week in the meantime, and I want you all to know that you are important, and you are valuable, and your cares and concerns are worthwhile and valid. With that said, good night.